Hello, stampers and crafters. This is Kevon from ktstamps.com, creating cards for you. And I am sorry to say that I did not have a chance to get my stuff together. I have a friend visiting from Toronto, and I can't get everything done I needed to get done. So I'm here today. And I thank you very much for joining me. So we're going to get right involved in what we're doing. Today we are making two fun-filled cards again that I cased from other people. And I'm trying to get my first one. This is from Peggy Prue. This is my take on the card. Oh my goodness. I gotta get everything organized, and I can't even find Peggy's card right now, so hold on, please. All right, so this is Peggy's card, and this is the little corner bookmark that she created, and I really, really like what she did. I think it is absolutely a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. So what I decided to do is that I went with silly old bears or something like that. That's what I went with. And I am trying to get everything organized so you can see it. It looks like I am missing one piece, and I need to go grab that. Isn't that fabulous? Oh my God. Here I am. I have everything that I need, and I am missing one piece. Oh my God. Oh my God. So hold on just a minute. And I am coming back with my one piece I am missing. So this is cherry cobbler. This is crumb cake, cherry cobbler, vanilla. This is part of the sweet. And then again, this is the silly old bears. This is the designer series paper that we are using. If you have not had a chance to take a look at this paper, oh my God. Winnie the Pooh big time. This is what I made the front of my card with, this designer series paper. And it has a whole bunch of different ones, and I used the ones that were vertical. And this is what the back looks like. And I just had fun. This is the bear that I used on this one, and I'm using the tiger on the second one. And I'm also changed the color of the back. This was pecan pie, and this now is the hydrangea hue. So that's what we have. Then, with all of this, I am using the Sweet Old Friend dies, and I use this one right here and the tiger or tigger right beside it. These are, I used this sometimes when you go looking for happiness, happiness finds you. I used, and that is from the Sweet Words and Labels, again part of the sweet. This is the Sweet Words and Label dies. And I used one of the smaller ones that just fits this die, and then I went with the next bigger one for that. And let me see if I can find those. Yes, I can. This one fits here, where you have all the little curlicues and everything on that. And then I used the bigger one that just gave it an outline, so I just thought it looked absolutely cute. And I like this. Again, I went with Cherry Cobbler because I knew that it was part of this color palette. And then I use the honey on the inside. Let me show you my inside. It looks like this with the honey. And this is from the Sweet Old Friends. So anyway, that's what I did on this card. Quite fun. It's been great. I absolutely adore this card. I love the fact that we now have a corner, so when we go to read a book, all we do is put this up at the corner and we have a great bookmark. All right, again, you can see the designer series paper on the back. So I just thought this would also be fun for a young child too. All right, so we're going to start putting everything together so you can see. On this, I also have the 100 Acre Woods, and this is for the 3D embossing folder. I put that on the back of the crumb cake. So that's what I have so far. All right, so we're going to just start this. I want to make sure that this, I don't know how big this piece is. I thought it looked just a little bit bigger, but it was not. Sometimes I just give it a second cut to make sure. All right, so here we go. This is going to be our base layer. We are going to take our crumb cake after we've embossed it, and we're going to use where the river is kind of debossed and then everything else is embossed. And I'm just going to use my liquid glue and put it on the back. I like, some people are using hearts. I think that looks really fun on the back. And then we're going to add this to the Cherry Cobbler base. And again, all the directions, and well, I lie. All the measurements are on my blog, www.ktstamps.com. We are then going to put, as I bring out this, we are going to, this is just a single piece of paper, and we are just going to add the fold to it. All right, so we're just kind of putting everything together so you can see how it's going to go. And then we'll add this. And then we will work on the top and on the bookmark in just a minute. So again, we will put this right, try to get it as much in the middle as we can. Now you won't be able to see a lot of the 100 acres, but you can see that it just gives it a little bit of texture on here. All right, from there then, because this is going to pop and because I want this to be able to hold the, grab this, the corner bookmark, I've added this on dimensionals. And then I'm going to put this down with our Stamp and Seal adhesive. So we're just going to try to make sure that it is in the middle of everything. So that's our card so far. We have the saying in the middle, we have the honey in the bottom. So now we're going to put everything together, and I also have my Tigger that's going to help me out. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is that this is a piece of 5 by 5. We're going to vertically, we're going to make sure that it folds in half. And remember, half of a 5 and 5 is 2.5. Then we're going to bring, so we're going vertically, and now we're going to go widthwise, and we're going to take that down. So that's what we need for the first part of the bookmark. Then we are going to bring in our scoring tool, and we are going to cut out 1 square. So I'm going to put this to 2.5, and then I'm going to go down here to 2.5. Okay, so it's going to be on the side and on the ruler. And we just follow that down to 2.5 and go back up. So then we turn it sideways, take it back out to 2.5, and then we are going to cut down again to 2.5. So there we go. We have our cutout. So now the hardest part comes with making sure that this side will be my side that I am going to use on my corner background. So we're going to turn it to the inside. I have to make sure that I have this right, and it's not going to work. So we have to bring it back. And nope, come to the inside, fold it over top, and then this ends up being a double layer. Okay, so we are just, the side that we want to use will be on the inside. The other side that we do not want to use, or the other side of the DSP, we are going to lay down flat. So we're going to have 2 pieces with one in the middle, our fold in the middle, and then this one, as soon as we adhere it down, it gives it a little more support in the back. So this is what we have. So now we're going to take this and fold it all the way up to the corner. We're going to take our bone folder then, and we're just going to lay it down. So here is our corner. So if we had to put this in the corner, we already have it ready to go. Okay? So now we have to do something with the top, because we want to be able to take our little bit of ribbon, we're going to fold it over, then we're going to put it in here so you can just gently take this out. All right, so now we are just going to go in diagonals, and we are, just going to lay this down once we get this inside. So we have this, and then I'm going to add just a little bit of adhesive, and then we're going to put that, lay that down, add just a little bit of adhesive, and then we're putting this down. Okay? So now this is ready to pull. So we have this that we can just pull right off, and it becomes our corner bookmark. Now, I wanted to do something fun, so I decided that I was going to do a couple of things. I thought this could be really fun for a child to have as a bookmark. So I just went with the bookmark that we had. And I wanted to just give that, and hopefully the kids are just going to have fun with something. And so I thought, oh, I want my child to do more reading. So I just said, let's go ahead and make sure that they have a bookmark that can be fun, that they can have for the summer months, and do all the reading that they need to do. Now I know that their feet hung off just a little bit, so I am not going to put any mini dimensionals down by the bottom of their feet. And then I want to see if I can get one more right here. All right, and that should take up my 2. I may try to get I'm going to take a piece and cut along the side. And it's just going to be a teeny tiny little piece that I can use just right up by where the tail is, the top of the tail. So there we go. That's what my dimensionals look like. And now I'm just going to take my pick tool as soon as I find it. And I'm just going to poke and have these come on off. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it does not. Come on. This one does not want to come off. I'll just add a little bit of glue on that. Sometimes when you don't know whether you have gotten these off or not, the best thing to do is just to add a little dot of liquid glue, and that will help you out. And I'm just kind of mixing it all together. And then I'm going to take my little tiger and put it right on my corner book. So then this is what our corner book mark looks like. Again, Peggy, thank you so much. What a great card this was to receive in the mail. This is also the Golden Glow bordered ribbon, and that's what I used at the top. So this, excuse me, this is what the 2 cards look like. This is our square out of our 5 by 5, and it's a 2.5 by 2.5 square. So there you go. That's our first card. Whoop, whoop. All right, so we're going to get that out of the way. Now our second card, I'm going to get all this, uses all Aflutter, and that is also done with butterfly punch. What I did was that I made a couple of templates so I could just set this up and stamp in here, and that would match. When I turn my punch upside down, that would match exactly where the punch should go, and to allow me to punch out all the what are they? Butterflies that I need. And looks like I have something that has stopped my picture. So I'm hoping that things are going to keep moving. Sometimes I get a little bit, I don't know what to do because I don't know how to run this video live as well as I should. All right, so somewhere that stopped. I hope it keeps going. Then with the scallop blooms, I used the littlest one, or the second. I used this one that's upside down. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth from the top. I used it, and then I used a 1.5 punch to just do a circle in it. I used Thanks for Being You. Now let me see if I can find my card. And this, I did a full-on case on this one, so all the credit goes to Stacy for her fabulous card. This is called Artisan Sketched Garden, and you can color with this, whether it is with your Stampin' Blends, whether it's with the brush, the embossing or the Stampin' Blends brushes. You can also use some of the watercolor pencils, some of the chalk, all that. That's what's going to happen with this. It's fabulous. All right, let me see what else I can get out. This is the card that's from Stacy. She has here, Happy Birthday. I went with thank you. You open the card. Here's an area for you to write. She has some little spots in here that just kind of show off a little bit of the flowers. This is on the back side, so when you open it, then you have everything available for yourself. Now, this is the card that I created. So I have some of the 2026, 2028 in color butterflies. I use the butterflies for these 2 pages. This ends up being the Barely Blush bordered ribbon. This is Barely Blush. In here, I wanted to use the Barely Brush Shimmer brush. So I colored a few of those with that. Stripes on the other side. Again, like I said, I cased Stacy. I just used different colors. All right, so here is everything we need to cut. Here is our butterflies. I already have the butterfly on. I already have the thank you. And then I have the dimensionals on the back of that. We have one plain cardstock that we will use. And then I have more of the butterflies. All right, so the first thing that you do is that you measure 3 inches on here. And then you put a tick mark. So this is 11 inches. So you are going to go diagonal all the way up to the top, from your 3 to the top. So you're going to bring in your trimmer again. You're going to put the marked in. This got really dirty. You're going to put the marked in one track, and then you're going to put the corner in the other. So right now, you should be able to see the mark or the tick mark in the bottom and see the corner right up here at the end. I want to make sure this fits right in there. And if, as you look at it, you're going to be able to see the diagonal that will be cut off. So from here, I'm going to take mine and just run it all the way up. I have done this already scored. So I scored this before I did the diagonal cut. I just did not crease it at all. So here we go. This is what we have. Okay, so we're going to save this piece for another day. Now we are going to work on our creases that we have. And I want this to lay down, so I'm going to crease in both directions. Same here. And I like to bring in, there it is, I like to bring in my silicone pad because it seems like it gives just a little bit more. And then I'm going to go the other direction. Now, the other thing that I have to pay attention to is, can you see the tick mark here? I think it has to, I don't know. There you go. You can see a little bit of the tick mark up here. So all we're going to do is take our adhesive eraser and just remove that. All right. So then it's going to lay, here we are. We have a mountain, then we have a valley, and that's the way that it's going to close. Okay, so now we're going to start with our smallest piece. Now when I cut this, I cut it so it has a fourth of it. This is about 1/8 of an inch. This is about 1/8 of an inch, and then we have about 1/8 of an inch down below. So in order to make this work, we are going to bring this up so it's about 1/4 of an inch at the bottom. We're going to hold on tight, making sure, got to make sure that everything is here. And if you have some removable adhesive, go ahead and put it on the back of the card. And then I'm just going to turn that over. And now I have to find a pair of scissors. Okay, I guess I'll just go here. So I am now going to cut without any further ado, without anything. I'm just going to cut up to the top. Here is my diagonal. So when I put this down, I'm going to have about 1/4 of an inch all the way around. Can you see that? We're going to do this again. So we have one ready. So now we're going to turn this over and we are going to bring in the striped. We're going to check it out. So right now it is about 1/4 of an inch. If I just cut it up here at the top, it would come all the way up to the top. I don't want it to do that. So what I did is that I added another 1/8 of an inch. Making sure that I have the same on each side. I'm going to squeeze it tightly, and then I'm going to follow along the edge of the barely blush and cut. So now when I drop it down to the 1/8 of an inch, I'm going to have an 1/8 of an inch all the way around. We're going to get to do it again. Whoop, whoop. Now on this card, this is our white card. This is the piece that we're going to write on. So we're going to get it down at the bottom, where here we are. We're down at the bottom. We're going to raise it up so it's about 1/4 of an inch at the bottom. Making sure that it has an 1/8 of an inch over here at the side. We're going to give it just a little bit of a squeeze. Follow the diagonal of this. I may need to, yep, that's going to be fine. And then we're going to drop it into place. And we should have about 1/4 of an inch all the way around. Okay, so we get to do one more card. All right, here we go. You know it now. So we got it here. We're going to raise it up 1/4 of an inch. There we go. We're going to turn it over. And then we're going to follow the diagonal all the way up. So there we go. That's the easiest way to do this. All right, now we are just going to adhere this in place. So we have one on the inside. We have the white. I'm doing all the inside first. So this goes this way, so we're going to turn it over. And I'll make sure that hopefully you'll be able to see. And I hope that you guys like these cards. Please give me a like, follow me, subscribe. Send me messages if you want me to create something that you need some help with. I am here for you. And our last one then is our little baby. And you can see this, I love all these little dots on here. Oh, so much fun. All right, there we go. So that's what the front part of the card and the inside of the card is going to look like. So now we're going to turn this over, turn our cardstock over. See, isn't this cute? Oh my God, I love this stuff. All right, and we are just going to adhere this to the outside. There we go. So that is the hardest part of what we do. All right, so from here now, we are going to, cannot get this to stay down. Let me turn this over one more time, see if I can get it to lay flat. Okay, we are going to take all of these off, and this time I'm just going to peel them. I'm going to be just off to the side. You know, on YouTube, make sure that you set a little reminder so when I post something, you get a reminder that says, whoop, whoop, she finally posted something, woo, woo, and then you come and you just take a look. I'm going to put this towards the bottom a little bit so I can then put my bow up at the top. And it looks like I do not know what I did with my bow that I tied. Okay, so we will go ahead and take this. These are my hair ties that are the plastic hair ties. I just put them around. They seem like they work pretty well for me. All right, so from here, we're just going to make a knot, put the two pieces together. We're going to take it around, trying not to get a lot of twists and turns, and then we're going to then add our bow and secure it just a little bit. There we go. I want to get this one just a little bit bigger. There we go, my beautiful bow. Take my scissors then, and I'm going to give it a cut. Just shorten this one down just a little bit. Take this, and tie the ribbon down with my hairband, and we got it. So now I'm going to bring in my glue dots, stick that there, and we're going to just put this towards the side. I may have to, nope, that's going to be okay. All right, so we have that. So that's going to be part of our first part. So on this one, all I did was, I may have to push just a little bit to get some of this. I'm going to, let me see if I can get just a little bit. On the side it has push. So I'm pushing this right now so I can get some ink down in the area. Okay. And this is coming out really, really, really light. So I'm doing one there, and then I'm just going to do one over here at the side. So my 3 are 1, 2 with the butterflies, and over here is my 3. All right, so that's what the front looks like. So now I am going to open this up, and I think I'm going to go with a bigger one over there. I'm going to get my glue dot back out, put one on one wing, and then one on the other one. And I'm going to stick this right in the bottom. I didn't put anything because I felt that this is a pretty small place for you to write to, so we might as well give you lots of room. Then I am taking I'm going to go with the big one here. And I think I did. So we're going to add a dimensional to this in the back. And we are just going to put that right up there in the corner. So that's what the outside looks like we're going to add some color to it. So we are going to come down and we are just going to add some pink, or I lie, some Barely blush to a few flowers. Just so it kind of gives a little bit of pop. How many did I end up doing? I ended up doing 3. Let's go down here. I'm going to do 4 because I believe that my, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want to do one more. Let's do the big one. Now you asked me about running. I do not know why this black ran a little bit, so I'm just kind of going with it. So this is my 4th. You can see once I've used it, it's coming out just a little bit heavier. I like that. And I do not know what the name of this card is, so I just really call it the excuse me, the diagonal card. All right, and that is it. So I use the little butterfly over here. So we have the card all ready. to use. This is Stacy's card, and this is mine. And I don't know why I made 2 of these cards. I must have thought that I really just like the way the card looks. It's just so much fun. So those are my cards that I created today. I hope that you like this. This is awesome. I love, 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 love the way that this turned out. So it is a lot of fun to create these cards. So I challenge you just to go ahead and make some. You know, my whole thing is that I'm about creating cards for you. And I believe in casing, and I believe that when you case, you give credit to the people who you case from. So this is what I'm doing for you guys. Next week, I'm going back to the normal sketches, but now that I remembered this, I am going to give myself a chance that every time we have some type of a card, if I really like from our swap, I'm going to go ahead and case it. So those are our cards for today here, and let me see if I can find the other 2 cards. Wow. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. There you go. I'm going to go with the blue because that's what I did today. So those are the cards that we did today. And I hope that you really like them. I want you to remember that my name is Kevon. I'm from ktstamps.com. And I absolutely love, 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 love creating cards for you. So join me again on Wednesday. Yes, it'll be Wednesday. We will have a couple more cards for you to do. Thank you again for subscribing to my YouTube channel, to letting me know how much you like it on my Facebook page. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you for everything. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.